Welcome back to Talking Lead. This is episode 80.
Ocho, did we find out what the zero?
I think it's just zero.
Ocho zero?
Yeah. That'll work. It'll work for this episode.
Our Spanish-speaking friends can correct us on that.
Yeah. Let me make sure that this is...
And we also want to hear it in German and Venezuelan and...
Yeah. So, Ocho Zero. Cero. I think you're supposed to say with
Cero?
S. I don't know.
Like
I can't
Sarah?
say anything right because I'm fighting a sinus infection, so nose is all stopped up.
Do you
I can
speak
barely
Spanish,
hear you.
Garrett?
What's that?
Do you speak Spanish?
No.
Okay.
I can order a beer.
Uno cerveza,
No
por favor.
necesito una más cerveza, por favor.
That's important.
Andre.
I just know cerveza. That usually gets it. Speaking of cerveza...
Yeah, we got a few in here,
I'm
but we
feeling-
didn't drink it.
No, they're all empty, dude.
Yeah, I need to clean up.
I was expecting a ice cold
The lead,
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
the lead quarters is party central that hasn't been cleaned.
Yeah, we
so-
got empty liquor bottles. There's cans all over the place. This place, you had a party, didn't you?
Yeah, and you were part of it. You and Sam. Did you do anything
There's
cool?
my invitation. Damn.
Open invitation, brother.
I should roll.
Did you do anything cool with guns this week?
Anything cool with guns?
Or anything with guns, period?
Well, you know, I got that Glock 27 through a trade. I'm looking at another possible trade where there's a Springfield V10 45 1911.
Yeah.
It's a little compact.
Is that the one we shot at SHOT Show?
I don't think so.
Oh,
No, these have been around for a while. They're not new or anything.
Okay.
But it's just, you know, compact 1911, little 45, stainless steel. I think it's got ported barrel. So I'm trying to decide if I want to make that trade or not.
Have you shot the 26 yet?
The 27.
27, I mean?
Well, you know, you and I were at the Nashville Armory the other day, and we were there just kind of goofing around, and we had plenty of time, and I had it with me, and I had every intention of taking it out and shooting it, and
And
I completely
We
forgot.
yapped too much.
Completely forgot. Freaking Sean got us sidetracked.
Well, I've been sick as a dog, so I hadn't done anything.
You know what I mean? He got us distracted.
Yes, he did get us distracted. I've been sick, so I hadn't done anything. Last week, I took the kids to a theme park, so didn't do anything then, and I got sick this
A
week.
theme park. Were you the Griswolds?
Yes, we went to Wally World.
Did you have people just staring at you walking through a water? Was it a water park?
It was a water park / roller coaster park up in Kentucky.
Did you have on a tank top?
No, I did not have a tank top.
Why not?
Yes, and people were staring at me like I was a freak of nature.
You have your 1776 United
No, I don't have one.
When We Were Free
You have
T-shirt.
one. I don't have a tank top. There are no guns to come out when the sun's out on these arms. Just tall freaking
I
nature.
did work on these guns this week.
Oh, gosh. Sam's got you started, man. Jeez.
Yeah.
Which leads us into somebody that has legitimate guns coming out of his tank top. Our guest this week is Garrett Bischoff. Garrett, how's it going, man?
I'm doing great, guys. How are you?
Good. And that
Wonderful.
name rings a bell in the industry of wrestling.
It's a, what do you call it?
Is it royalty?
Dynasty?
Yeah,
Royalty?
kind of thing.
I guess it probably depends on who you're at.
See, I'm 43, so I'm of your dad's era. And when he said Bischoff was going to go in, I kept thinking Eric. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, cool, yeah, I remember Eric Bischoff.
Well, it's all cool.
And he's like,
Garrett's
no,
on
it's
here, too.
Garrett. It's his son. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, how old is he? He's like, what are you, like 30?
30, yeah. Just turned 30 this April.
Well, happy birthday.
Nice. Happy birthday.
Hey,
April
you
what?
young whippersnapper.
April 20th.
12th here. It's close.
420.
Nice.
Sweet.
If you're into that kind of thing.
So, are you in the TNA?
We are going to Colorado in a month.
That's true.
There you go. Yes, yep. Currently with TNA.
So
Been
tell
there
us-
Been there for going on about 4.5 years now.
And they're based out here in Nashville, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
You
They
know,
are.
what's funny? Here's a funny story about TNA and Talking Lead.
We have a connection with you guys.
Talking Lead started 3 doors down from TNA in that Mexican radio station and Cumming station.
You guys are neighbors.
That's right.
We were.
We started there. And then the Mexican DJs were like, we don't understand anything you're saying. Please get out.
Every night when I would come up on the elevator opened right up at your offices. And I would always peek my head in there just to see, because you guys were closed by the time
Yeah,
we
we
did the
always
show.
started at night.
I never got anything good out of there.
So I didn't
Yeah.
get to see any of you brutes walking around.
I wasn't looking for the brutes. I was looking for the chicks.
True
So
that.
did you get to do anything cool with guns recently? Doesn't have to be this week, but
Well, actually, my family has a home in Cody, Wyoming, which my mom and dad live at in the summertime. I used to live there. And, that's where I keep a good majority of my guns at. So I was just up there. My wife and I were just up there in July, over July 4th weekend, something we always look forward to, big family reunion, and have a good time. But one of the things I do look forward to most is just be able to walk out my deck and rack a few rounds off, because we're out in the middle of nowhere. We have 26 acres. So,
Cool.
I grew up shooting. I love shooting and getting my hands on guns anytime I can. And I actually just got a new DPMS AR-10.
nice.
A 24-inch stainless steel bull barrel on there.
Ooh.
Well, before I got up there, I had a buddy of mine who's a gunsmith in town take the bolts out, do a little custom fine tuning to it. So I was really anxious to get there and shoot. So
Smooth as butter.
that's probably my most recent one, was just getting up there and be able to wreck, double few through that. And probably talk about a sweet shooting gun.
Yeah, you going to take that hunting this year?
If I get a chance to, I'd love to get up there and try to go whack a deer with it. Deer or an elk. I'm not sure if I'll get a chance to get up there or not.
So you guys hunt elk up there?
Sure do. Yeah, there's mule deer, whitetail, elk. It just depends on what you can get drawn for.
Cool. Yeah, they do drawings, don't they, up there?
I'm not a resident of Wyoming anymore, so I got to put in for the long draws these days.
You're down there in Clearwater Wrestling Central.
Clearwater, Florida. That's it.
We were talking offline a minute earlier that Clearwater. There's something in the water down there when it comes to wrestling. There's just wrestlers everywhere.
Come out of Clearwater?
Telling you, bro, it's because we have to keep a good tan all the time.
Got to get that tan somewhere, right?
That's it.
It's not spray on, is it?
No. If it's spray on, we're gonna laugh.
No, well, hey, I ain't gonna lie. I've sprayed on a few times.
Hey, when in need,
You've
right?
got those winter matches. You gotta get it somehow, right?
Hey, believe it or not, my wife owns a spray tanning business here. That's what she does for a profession. And you'd be amazed on how popular that stuff is.
Now wait a minute. You're in Florida on the beach, and spray on is a popular thing down there.
Yeah.
That's
Have
crazy.
people with their lives either skin cancer or don't want to get skin cancer.
I guess that's true.
Or,
I didn't know.
when you work for a living and full time, you don't have time to get to the beach. But when you do get there on the weekend,
People
you
work
want to
in
have a tan
Florida?
already. Well, we try to anyways.
I thought that's just where all the retirees went, was Florida.
Only in the winter.
And us wishful people visit there, a couple of weeks out of the year.
So it's time for our Jackwagon of the Week, and Arlie Ermy. Go for it, man.
Hoorah, Semper Fi, do or die, hold 'em high at 8th and I. It is time for the talking lead Jackwagon of the Week, so brace yourself, baby.
So the Jackwagon of the Week, we've gone back and forth on this, wanting to get more information.
We're going to let our listeners decide.
Yeah, so
And you know where we're headed with this. The verdict is in.
Jesse Ventura.
Yeah.
He sued the estate of Chris Kyle.
We started off suing Chris Kyle.
Right.
And then we all know, unfortunately, what happened to Chris Kyle.
Right.
He was murdered.
And continued.
Ventura continued the lawsuit against his estate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The verdict just came in today. Was it last night, today?
Yesterday, I think.
And he was awarded a little over $1.8 million.
Yep.
I think $500,000 of it was
defamation,
and
then loss of income.
And then the rest of it, was the remaining amount. So, I mean, we've seen different sides of that. I mean, we've obviously seen Ventura's and listened to him. He was on some talk show this morning. I watched a video on it. And, he's spouting off blah, blah, blah. Bullshit.
What was it again?
Blah, blah, blah. But, here's where I'm torn. Obviously, they couldn't produce enough evidence that it happened, that the incident actually occurred.
Right.
Or maybe they did. I mean, I don't know. I've been reading different stuff.
I've heard it was equal witnesses for both.
And then at one point, it was a hung jury.
Oh, I hadn't seen that yet.
Yeah, and the judge said, you got to make a decision. He said, otherwise it's going to be a mistrial, blah, blah, blah. They deliberated again. They came back, and I guess they came up with the
verdict.
The verdict.
Gave him the money.
Yeah, I guess they were just like, all right, let's just be done with this. So it sounded to me like the jury gave up for one, because there were two that
makes you wonder what kind of world we're living in.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
Two. I think they said it was like, I don't. Was there 12 people on a jury?
I don't know.
So it was like 10-2, something like that.
Yeah.
And the two were holding it up, and I guess they fell into the peer pressure or whatever, and they came up with this verdict.
Brings a whole new meaning to that old saying: "Rather be carried by 6 than tried by 12."
Exactly.
Yeah. Here's the thing: if it happened, it happened.
Mm-hmm.
If it didn't, it didn't.
Right.
There's only really there should be a whole bar full of people that know what happened.
Right.
But apparently, there's just two, and only one of them can tell his side of the story.
And the reason we're wanting to throw him on the jackwagon train is, okay, lawsuit, it's between him and Chris. Everything hits the fan. We all know what happened to Chris Kyle. And he continues with it afterwards and sues the estate of Chris Kyle.
Well, he does that, which, again, if you feel like you've been done wrong and your character has been blemished, and he's going supposedly to clear his name. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, he just did that. Okay, right. He won. He got the lawsuit. But now what's he doing?
He's suing the publisher.
He's going and suing the publisher. So now we see what his true motives are, which is money.
Right. Exactly.
So that's why I want to throw him on the jackwagon train.
Yeah.
I mean, he should just let it lie. Be done with it and move on.
Yep.
It was a bar fight. They should have just let it ride after the 5 minutes after it happened.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as they walked out the door, that's when it should have stayed where it was.
You're the big. You want to proclaim yourself to be you're the badass that you used to be. You used to be the Navy SEAL.
But that's his whole thing. He says,
"Listen, we've all been in bar fights. We've all gotten our asses kicked, and we've all kicked some ass.
No.
Wash it off. Shut up, wipe your tears, drink a beer, and get over it."
Right.
Amen.
But that's his whole argument, is it never happened. He's saying it never happened.
Yeah.
He's saying
crazy.
he never met Chris Kyle until he filed the lawsuit.
Yeah. He's being a jackwagon about the whole thing, no matter what happened to the whole situation.
Yeah. And
it is. And
there's question as to whether he's a SEAL or not.
He was it UDT?
He went through
they were called SEALs.
He went through the school.
UDT, yeah.
But it's my understanding that he never actually was a SEAL, but he calls himself a SEAL.
Well, I don't want to touch that one with the 10-foot pole.
Yeah, well, we know somebody who can.
We can verify. We can get it verified. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's just it's too bad when whatever happened, or whatever didn't happen. But
yeah,
after this tragedy, you don't think that there's enough going on in his family and his wife, and having to deal with everything, that you still gotta. You can't just if that's what happened, you can't just be the bigger man and just walk away. No,
exactly.
You won your $1.8 million. Walk away now.
Exactly.
Just be done with it.
Just pipe down.
Disappear.
And go bury yourself in a hole for a while.
Yeah. Go back to Mexico, where you decided that you didn't like the United States that much anymore.
Yeah.
You're gonna go buy a house in Mexico. Enjoy.
I completely agree. Enjoy. Exactly. Jackwagon.
Yeah. So welcome to the jackwagon train, Jesse Ventura.
The body, if you go with wrestling terms.
Hey, have you ever met him, by the way?
No.
Not through your circles?
No, he was much more before my time. I was a kid when he was doing his thing, and he retired from it long before I ever got involved.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Well, Hulk Hogan's still doing it.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan's still doing everything.
Yeah. There he is. He's a machine.
What is he taking? I want some.
Yeah, I need some of that.
Yeah, it was neat meeting Nick when I did that movie with him. Out of all the different actors that had somewhat of a name that were there, he was the only one that's had the time to actually sit down and talk to all the peons. It was kind of cool. Good guy.
Nick?
No, he's
Hogan.
Nick's a good kid. I grew up with him. Good kid.
Now
I say kid. He's not a kid. He's an adult, but he's a good guy. I like to hang. Time he's in town, we always try to hang out together a little bit.
Nice. Now Tila Tequila, on the other hand, that's a whole nother story. But I won't go there. She may sue my estate for defamation.
What is she? Is she a wrestler?
No, Tila Tequila, the little trisbian, trisexual, whatever she is.
What about her?
She was in that movie that I was in with Nick Hogan.
Oh, I was wondering what the frickin' connection was.
Yeah, she was not friendly at all in the slightest.
She got into wrestling or something.
No. So, Garrett, we ask a few questions of all of our guests, and we'll go ahead and ask you all of them. How did you originally get into firearms?
My father. My dad, ever since as far back as I can remember, my dad has always been around hunting. His dad taught him, it's kind of been passed down 2 generations, and as soon as she's got me into it ever since I was a kid. I can remember when I was just barely tall enough to walk over the plowed fields and try to keep up. I got my first Red Ryder BB gun. He used to take me duck hunting with him.
Nice.
Out in Minnesota. Not that I was going to go.
And we have determined that a Red Ryder BB
shouldn't.
gun counts as a gun.
Yeah, that was my first one, and I was out there duck hunting in the field with him.
No, see, Garrett, that's where you gotta build up the legend that is Garrett Bischoff and say, yeah, I got my first duck with a Red Ryder BB gun.
Yeah, that's right. And just to make it even better, it was a teal, and it was moving real fast.
There you go.
I just got that nice long Red Ryder lead on it.
You had to lead it by about 20 yards.
Yeah.
And you didn't really kill it, you just knocked it out.
Yeah, maybe kind of wingtip. But, that was and he's been we do this every year. I do some hunting, so it's been something we've been together for 25 years and continue to do it. So that's what really got me into it. My love for guns kind of expanded, more to say, I guess. My dad's always been real into the older rifles and hunting rifles, shotguns. That's what he was brought up on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something I love too. But I expanded into the assault rifle, assault range.
Modern sporting rifle,
modern
we like to call them.
Now we're gonna have to slap you. We're gonna have to
rifles.
slap your wrist when you say assault rifle.
I've never been a big fan of being politically correct. So.
Nor have we, but we don't like to add fuel to the fire.
That's kind of I expanded into that a little bit more. I have myself a nice little collection, and I enjoy shooting the heck out of them. I love going to the range. And just take my wife or my cousin or whoever wants to go. Have a nice little friendly competition who we can get the longest shot. And,
Heck yeah.
Do you still have any of the firearms that you grew up with?
Absolutely. I have some that I grew up with, and my dad still has some of the ones that his dad had. So we have quite the collection. Yeah, a couple. My dad's dad, before he passed away, a long time ago, before I was even born, he used to build. He was kind of a gunsmith on the side. So we have a couple of the original Mausers. He put together. Yeah, pretty neat stuff. You can actually, two of them still have both German markings on them.
Nice.
Yeah, so pretty neat stuff. So we have quite the extensive collection in there.
And do you have any? Go ahead.
I want to say I have one of them that's one of my favorite ones in there that my grandpa gave me. I remember he bought it. I don't remember when he bought it. I just remember as young as the age of 10, maybe even a little younger. He said he had this gun for me under his bed, but I couldn't have it till I was 16 years old. So every time we would go over to Grandpa's, I'd always ask him to go in there and look at it. He'd pull it out.
Temptation.
Let me touch it. He'd let me hold it. Yeah, but he wouldn't give it. Finally, I turned 16 to get it. It's an old 44 mag lever action. They only made
a couple.
It was a limited edition. He ordered it. He pre-ordered it. I think I made like 100 of them or 101 of them. And I still, to this, I have it. I have the original box, the original instructions, the tape that's still on the ring, on the brass ring on the side. It's never been fired.
Oh wow, man!
Yeah, so that's one of my prized pieces in there. So.
Yeah, that's a showpiece right there.
Heck yeah!
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful gun. Like I said, it's got a heck of a lot of sentimental. He bought it knowing that one day he'd give it to me.
We're into gun porn here, so send us a picture.
That one's locked in the safe.
We love gun porn.
You can probably get
if you think about it next time you're around it, shoot us a.
Absolutely.
Do you have any military or law enforcement background?
I do not.
Okay.
I do not.
What about when it comes to pop culture, like TV, movies, video games, books, magazines, whatever you want to pick? What's your go-to? What's your favorite that involves firearms?
Oh boy, I can only pick one.
No.
You can go more than one if you want.
All right.
As long as you can quantify each one. No, I'm just teasing.
God, I guess newer stuff. On the newer end of things, gotta love the Expendable movies, just because that's good fun.
Oh yeah.
It's the most unrealistic thing in the entire world, but damn, it's fun to watch. As far as that one goes, what I remember is the what they call it. Remember this one with the big automatic 12 gauge with 90 round drum?
Yeah.
The AA-12.
It gives me goosebumps every time.
Oh yeah, down in the catacombs they were in
With the Expendables?
Yeah.
You know the third one's coming out.
Uh-huh.
Did we already
Yes.
talk about this?
I think we have.
will.
It's got like Mel Gibson and
Yeah.
Antonio Banderas, Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, that's what I saw. Wesley Snipes was in it today. I was like, oh, cool. My favorite B movie dude.
I'll be seeing that one.
Oh yeah.
What's another horribly? See, if you listen to my movie choices, you'll realize real quick that the more cheesy and the more horrible the movie is, the more I love it.
So you watched Sharknado last night then?
I did actually catch the last 45 minutes.
I did too.
I have yet to watch that.
It's so bad that if you watch 5 minutes of it, you can't turn it off. It's that bad.
My favorite. The best scene in that whole movie is when he's giving the pep talk with the chainsaw on top of the bus, and that big truck comes flying over. He just like picks that chainsaw and slices it clean in half like nicely butter.
What you didn't like the part where he pulls his wife's wedding ring out of the shark's mouth with her hand still on the gun and uses that gun?
Yeah, you gotta love that part. Oh gosh, that
movie's
ranks
awesome.
up there. That definitely ranks up there on bad. Another one, Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man.
Oh man, I forgot all about that movie. Nobody's called that one out yet.
Yeah, remember in the end there, or no, I guess not even in the end, but the trench coat guys that just can't kill them.
Oh yeah.
They had the bulletproof trench coats, yeah, and then the Mickey Rourke slugging out that 454 hand cannon.
Yeah. You know, speaking of Mickey Rourke, it's odd that you say that. You know, since you're a wrestler, how true to life was that movie, The Wrestler?
Because that movie's so kind of
Depressing.
I love that movie, by the way.
Right.
Yeah, but depressing. It's kind of scary true.
Wow.
For a lot of those, unfortunately, for a lot of guys, it's kind of been their life.
Wow. Yeah. When
Marissa Tomei is just freaking hot.
Yeah. we're talking about how scary true the movie is, and Left Hand pulls out.
I'm
Marissa
sorry.
Tomei's hot.
She was something about her in that movie. Just wow. So you live in Florida?
I live in Clearwater Beach, Florida. Yep.
Clearwater Beach, Florida. Very nice.
What's another one? Video games. I got Battlefield 4 on PlayStation. I'm addicted to that one.
Yeah,
So Battlefield 4, huh? You like Battlefield 4?
Battlefield 4. Let me tell you, man. One of my boys up in Wisconsin, he owns a video game place, and he hooked me up with a brand new PlayStation 3. His name's Eric. He owns a place called Pre-Played Media.
Cool.
Nice.
He hooked me up with this. Sent me home with a stack of games, like all the Call of Duties and everything else. He goes, just play this Battlefield 4.
Nice.
That was 4 or 5 months ago, and I haven't never even put one of those.
Wow.
I've tried that.
Hang on, let me put you guys on hold for a second.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No problem.
Man, that's the first time we've been put on.
Hello.
Yeah. You back?
Hey. Hello.
Who
Who is it?
Hello?
Hey, is this Gary Bischoff? Yeah, it's Gary Bischoff. Who's this? I got Gary Bischoff on the phone.
I don't think you got rid of him, Garrett.
Aces and eights, brother. You guys,
Is this a fanboy?
That time you were in the ring with Hulk Hogan, man? You remember that? Oh, man, that was cool. Yeah, that was good, wasn't it? Who are you? Yeah, man. Oh, man, you know what it is, man? It's number one fan, brother. Number one fan. Hey, man, you remember that time when...
How did they get your phone number?
When you were Kurt Angle, you all were talking, man, and then Kurt said something, and you said something, man. Oh, man, that was a good one.
What in the world?
That was a good one. You got something we need to talk about, or can I get back to what I was doing here? What are you doing, man? What are you doing? Yo, man, let's tell you something. I'm talking to my boys over here talking lists. Let me get back to that. Talking lead?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You ever heard of Talking Lead?
Man, yeah, I know who those guys are, man. I had no idea you were on there recording with them.
Wait a minute.
Is this Groupie Gabe?
Is this Gabe?
What? Oh, hey, see,
Yeah.
hey, left hand.
What the hell?
How did you get
our
phone
guest number? How did you get his number?
Yeah, hey,
Have you checked our security?
Man, I thought I hit the hang up button. I must actually hit the merge button. How did you end up on this phone call?
Gabe, man, yeah, you know, it's one thing to show up where we're always at, but now you're like getting our guest phone numbers. That's kind of freaky.
Hey, I had no idea. You know, I mean, I was driving down the road.
Was he former NSA or something? How's he getting our stuff?
I don't
A buddy
know.
of mine said, "Hey, man,
I think I got Garrett Bischoff's phone number.
Uh-huh.
And if I didn't, I would love to talk to that guy. I had no idea he was recording with you.
I need
So
to
you try to
check my
disguise
phone
your
for
voice
bugs
while
or
you
something.
talk to him?
And by the way, we know who you are now. You don't have to keep the disguise up.
You keep going back and forth from your redneck fanboy voice to Groupie Gabe.
Sorry, man. When you hear Garrett Bischoff, man, you think aces and eights, brother. Aces and eights. You know what I'm saying? I can't help it, man. It's like NASCAR. People go to NASCAR, man. They get a country southern voice. They never even been in NASCAR.
All right, Groupie.
We'll send you a sticker pack or something, okay? We got
all right, thanks, guys.
we got to finish this
We'll
interview.
get one of his sweaty T-shirts sent to you.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man. That'd be cool.
All right, man. See you, Gabe.
All right, lose the number.
All right.
All right.
Thanks for calling, brother.
Oh, man.
So he
I
hacked
don't
us
know about
again.
that guy. That must be one of your brothers.
Garrett, man, we're sorry. Groupie Gabe is this guy that he shows up randomly. We say randomly, but every single event we go to, he ends up there somehow.
Or he somehow hacks into our phone. He's got our phone number, so apparently he.
But he ends up
through
being
our
a cool guy
contacts.
after a while. You know, sometimes he shows up and it's kind of freaky.
That's not
But
entirely the way it goes. I mean, I don't.
he's still on here.
I think you need a hit of Kopeshnagen, brother. Calm you down.
That's how we got rid of him.
Just a big wad of coke there, Gabe.
I can tell when I'm not wanted. So y'all.
Oh, we love you too.
There he goes.
There he went. I think he might have just been making that sound effect too. He's probably still there.
he's a good impressionist. He probably is.
Yeah, he does a great John Anderson.
So back to the gun questions, Garrett. Sorry about that.
It's all right.
When it comes to firearms that you own or maybe you
Are you going to do all the questions today?
Have I done them all so far?
Yeah, go ahead.
Dude,
You're on a roll, brother.
I'm medicated.
You're on a roll. Go
I don't
ahead.
know where I'm at.
Go ahead.
Have you ever owned a gun that there's a little bitty part of you that's kind of embarrassed to say, yeah, I had one of those?
Hell no. Any gun's a good gun.
Good answer.
Any gun's a good gun.
Nice. Good answer.
I don't care if it's got a pink handle on it and flowers on the barrel. If it shoots lead, then we're good.
What about a pair of tights that you were ashamed to say?
Well, that's
That's
another
a different story.
Yeah, because isn't it in wrestling when you're going up through the ranks, you got to do some of the crazy guys that get their ass kicked every match and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
I've had my share of ass kickings, that's for sure. I've had my share, but you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way.
Nice.
No, you're on a roll. Go ahead.
All right. What about bucket list? Like, if money's no object, what's the gun you want to get, regardless of anything? Like, that's the next one I want.
Cool.
Which is the definition of bucket list?
Yeah.
There's two.
Okay.
If money was no object, I just because I want one, I always wanted a badass, Barrett 50. Who doesn't want one of those if you're into guns? I mean, but realistically, I would love to have the just tricked out to the bone, as bad as they come, 338 in the pool.
Oh, nice.
I mean, the top-notch optics, barrel, everything just tricked out. That would be my. You could easily put 8,000, 10 grand into something like that, no problem. Not even bat an eye at it. That would be my bread and butter.
Yeah, those 338's fun to shoot. That's what I shot when we shot our 1,000-yard shots at SHOT Show. I shot the 338. And it was nice. I liked it. Of course, we were kind of cheating.
Machine.
We were kind of cheating. It had the tracking point system on it, but
yeah,
that helps.
But I mean, those are the that's you got the technology these days. If you can get it on there, use it. That's what it's there for.
Yeah, those systems are like $12,000.
How long have you been wrestling?
Total about 6-7 years now.
Okay. Now is that something?
Where I've actually been physically in the ring on a regular basis.
That's kind of a newbie to the wrestling world, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. It's hard to. It just all kind of depends. How much time to get in the ring, but yeah, I mean, it's still pretty new.
Then you did some refereeing, didn't you? Didn't you used to do some refereeing?
Yeah, I started out as a ref. Did that for about a year and a half, 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. Loved it. Actually helped me. Meanwhile, I was always training in the ring when I wasn't on the road doing the referee thing.
Mm-hmm.
I had I got the pleasure to work with Earl Hebner, Brian Hebner, who've been in the referee. They're legends in the referee world.
Mm-hmm.
I got the awesome opportunity to work with them and learn from them. And while I was in the ring doing the referee thing, it helped me learn how to be in the ring. Being in the crowd, watching how things work when you're inside the ring. So that helped me a lot, quite a bit when it came time to actually start wrestling.
Is it something that your dad encouraged, or did he want you to kind of hold off from it, or?
My parents have always been encouraging with everything.
Okay, that's awesome.
There was definitely, before I got into it, he definitely tried his hardest to excite me about other career choices.
Yeah.
But when he knew that wasn't going to work, there's full support all the way.
That's awesome.
What did you do prior to getting into wrestling, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, I did a lot of things. I was a professional painter for quite some time. I actually worked on construction, painting houses, warehouses, anything, commercial, residential.
Cool. Yeah.
I would did a lot of that, a lot of bartending, bounce, stuff like that.
Now, when you were bartending, did you learn the Tom Cruise cocktails,
spinning
and all that kind of stuff?
I attempted it numerous times. I never got that good at it. Yeah, I could fling the bottle around a little bit, but nothing like that. It was always dangerous when I started doing that. That means somebody was going to get hit in there with a bottle somewhere.
That's the reason you're no longer a bartender?
Could be one of them.
Could be, might be. So now you've been doing the wrestling gig for about 6-7 years now. Where do you see your career going next with it?
Well, hopefully nothing but up.
Yeah.
It's always hard to say in this business, but there's a lot of things. I'm always working on other ideas. I don't just focus on wrestling. I focus on any opportunity that has light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak.
Sure.
My wife and I we're always coming up with new things, new ideas and other avenues that we want to pursue on top of wrestling as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see myself quitting anytime soon. I'm really just getting the ball rolling, so I don't see myself stopping. But
you're kind of building your own franchise now, aren't you?
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What it's all about.
Who's your arch nemesis right now?
At the moment, I don't have an arch nemesis.
Garrett's
everybody.
just a good guy.
Everybody.
Garrett's a great guy.
Yeah, everybody loves me. See this face? This is a happy face.
So we're talking about Nemesis. What's this Immortal guy?
Immortal.
What's that?
Immortal and feud with Eric, 2010, 2012. I don't.
Oh,
Left hand's looking up stuff.
Oh, you're looking up old stuff.
Well, that's a couple
Why
of
you gotta
years
bring
old.
up old history, bro?
Yeah, man.
Just leave the past in the past, right?
You just have a beer and leave the bar.
That was an ongoing feud that we had. My dad at the time was involved with, and so he and I had a feud going on for quite a while. His name of his group was Immortal. That's kind of what kicked off my wrestling, actually.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Kicked off my wrestling and ended his TV career.
And then Groupie Gabe mentioned the Aces and the Eights.
Yep.
Or Aces and Eights. I said Aces and the Eights.
Now, what is that?
We'll let
That was a lot of
Eric tell us about that.
Aces and Eights. That was a lot of fun.
What was that, a tag team?
Aces was our faction. That was our group.
Okay. Gotcha.
At one time, there's quite a bit of a kind of like the revamped new version of the old New World Order kind of thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that was our group, our faction. Our leader was Bully Ray.
Bully Ray?
Myself and Wes Briscoe. And at one point in time, there was Mr. Anderson and Devon and D'Lo Brown. My boy Doc, Luke Gallows, and Mike Knox.
Gosh, see,
the whole crew of us in there.
This makes me feel so old because I don't recognize any of those names. Now, if you would have said Jimmy Superfly Snuka and Junkyard Dog and
Andre
and
the Giant,
the Iron Sheik, I would have been like, yeah.
See, that's my era. Actually, Ric Flair.
Yeah, Ric Flair's still doing stuff.
Jerry Lawler.
Ric Flair, it's like I see him on TV at least once a year.
Are you serious? Is he still in
Oh
it?
yeah, no, he's still been doing. Yeah, he still gets involved.
Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
Yeah,
He's a great guy.
yeah. He's like Hogan. They just keep going and going and going.
Yeah, whatever those guys are taking, I got to get some of that, man.
Heck yeah, man.
Those guys are They are immortal. You know,
Yep.
talking about immortals.
How big are you? I mean, like height, weight, muscle, stuff like that.
And just so you
Because
know,
the left hand's going to try to
Zeke
turn it
and-
into something perverted.
Zeke and I are very secure in our manhood, and our listeners know that. So we're not afraid to ask these tough questions.
You guys are in Tennessee, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Then I'm bigger than you.
Then I'm bigger than you.
No, I'm about 5'10", 5'11", about 205.
Yeah.
That's a stout guy. 5'10", 5'11", 205.
That's quick. That's
Yeah.
a quick build for wrestling.
Heck yeah.
So are you like one of those that does all the acrobatic kind of stuff?
Hell no. See me going upside down and flipping, you better call somebody.
Somebody threw you that way, huh?
No, I can do some of that stuff. Not, I've never been a big high flyer, so to speak. But I try to keep my feet on the mat as much as possible.
See, that's the answer I gave when somebody asked me if I wanted to go try to do wrestling just because of my size. I was like, hell no.
It's fun. I wouldn't give it up for anything.
I've got too many buddies that either played pro football or are, my size and tried wrestling, and they have to take a handful of pain pills just to wake up in the morning. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Definitely want to stay away from that.
Oh, nah. Shoo. Plus, I'm old now, too, so.
I mean, you got to be in shape to do.
Oh, God, yeah.
I mean, not just in shape. I mean, you got to be in like Olympic training.
Oh, hell yeah.
Shape to do what these guys do. Well, a lot of them. Some of them you don't.
Absolutely, it's there's no joke. It's obviously there's everybody that's it's fake or you're not a real wrestler. You're just kind of there to get beat up on, and you're a jobber or whatever people say.
You're the meat wagon.
There's 101 of them. There's 101 of them out there.
Right.
Every minute, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your purpose is. In that ring, if you're getting in that ring, whatever your job is, you got to be in shape. You're an athlete.
Yeah, you're an
No doubt about
athlete.
it.
There is no doubt
And it hurts.
wrestlers are athletes. Yeah.
And it hurts, and you're going to get hurt. It's just
Yep.
inevitable. It's not a matter of if; it's a matter of when and what. So it's just it's my hat's always been off to anybody that gets in that ring, and still to this day, nobody can ever tell me any different.
Yeah, y'all are definitely athletes. I mean, I'd have a stroke if I had to be the ref and count to 3. So
Well, yeah, those refs have to be in shape, too. I mean, you guys are in there for 30, 45 minutes nonstop, running around,
throwing, shit
kicking,
and
lifting,
jumping from places, and yeah, I'm good.
Oh, yeah.
I'll watch.
You bet.
I mean, nonstop.
Are there a lot of wrestlers in the industry that are into firearms? Do you see that a lot, or?
Yeah, I think there's a couple of my buddies, a couple of guys that I'm pretty close to. They love it and they love hunting. So yeah, all these guys are actually.
That's awesome.
Just last October, myself and my dad and a buddy of ours, Ken Anderson. We all went to New Mexico to do an elk hunt.
Who did you say?
Ken Anderson.
Oh, I thought you said Pam Anderson. I was like, whoa.
Ken Anderson.
Yeah, she was not going to go hunting.
Can we get an invite to that one?
She's the exact opposite. She's a PETA.
Yeah, there's going to be no hunting there.
No.
So we went up there and we did a muzzleloader hunt.
Oh, nice.
So that was a lot of fun. I ended up taking a nice 6x6, nice big bull elk at 270 yards with a center black powder.
Nice.
Great shot, man.
Yeah, especially
50
with a
cal.
muzzleloader. Nice.
Yep.
That's a hell of a
50
shot.
cal, 270. Heck yeah.
And just so you know, your
So-
official stats are you're 6 foot tall, 220 pounds.
That was going to be another question I forgot to ask. Is it like? See, I played basketball, and of course we all fudge a little bit on the stats. Like I'm really 6'7", but sometimes I'd show up as 6'9".
I'm whatever the ring announcer at the time wants to call me.
There you go.
Maybe after I put my boots on, I'm 6 foot.
There you go.
Yeah. Now, do you mainly wear jeans when you're wrestling?
Jeans.
I did when I was doing the eighth gimmick. I
Okay.
try not to anymore.
So you kind of
it's
change
uncomfortable.
that. Yeah, I was going to say, man, that's got to like chafe you or something. You got to wear something underneath them.
It gets hard to move around in jeans, especially when you start to sweat.
I can imagine. Yeah, we found it's pretty cool as we talk to people in other industries that are into firearms, how many people in those industries actually are into guns. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what we want to do with the show, is give everybody a platform to come on and talk about their firearms.
And what would TNA be considered in your organization?
Yeah.
Is there any sort of firearms policy that is like, hey, you guys can't carry firearms or anything like that? Do they try to regulate any of that? They don't?
Nope.
Oh, man.
I mean, you can't in the ring, obviously. I know that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, these guys, they do a lot of traveling together, and I guess it's sponsored by TNA. They take care of a lot of the travel arrangements.
I think you just nailed about a few thousand more TNA fans with that comment right there. Because there's a lot of people that listen to our show, and there's places that we find out ban firearms and ban carry, and people just don't want to patronize them anymore. But that's awesome that they don't.
Granted, we travel for a living, so obviously, if you're going to be traveling, you got to make sure it's up to you as a responsible gun owner to check whatever state you're going to check their policies.
Exactly.
Who reciprocates with who, and that's up to you. But other than that,
Zeke and I are getting ready to take a trip to Colorado, and we talked about this on the last show, and we pulled up some of the TSA rules and regulations for Nashville and for Colorado. So, yeah, I mean, it's imperative, especially if you're going to carry. You got to see who's reciprocal, who's not reciprocal, what they allow, what they don't allow, as far as firearm wise.
Yeah, and it's weird because some states, for instance, just an example like when I used to live in Arizona, and now they don't have they lifted the permit. You don't need a permit anymore in Arizona. Yeah. But when I got mine, you did. Mm-hmm. And certain states, like Arizona, would reciprocate with certain states, but those states wouldn't necessarily reciprocate with Arizona. So sometimes it's not both ways. Yeah. Sometimes it's only a one-way train. You got to make sure you know which one you're getting into. Otherwise, that could be a bad day.
Oh yeah.
What's your carry of choice?
Currently, I have a Glock 26 and a Glock 27. 26, the 9 usually stays here. That was a little easier for my wife to get her hands on if she did, as opposed to that 40. Mm-hmm. It's got a little bit of a bite to it when she got a rack off around. So, but that one, and as you guys know, for guys, your carry pieces change like girls change purses. It kind of depends on what you're wearing for the night. I have the 27 there that is my main go-to. I have a Taurus Stubbs Airweight 38 that can get pulled out of the safe every once in a while, depending on what I'm wearing. So it just kind of depends.
Depends on the attire, right?
Yeah, well, what fits with what, certain things fit with, just kind of depends.
What about, do you carry a knife with you too, or?
Giving away my secret. I do carry a boot knife occasionally. Old school boot knife on my cowboy boot.
Is it like a stiletto kind of knife?
So a little old school sticker just in case.
I get you.
There you go. Smart man.
All right, speaking of EDC check, we've not had one in a while.
I just threw on clothes. I've been sick in bed. I ain't got nothing on me.
You ain't been out today?
Of course, I do live in Florida now, so I don't wear jeans and cowboy boots too often.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah,
Florida, the gunshine state, though.
And it's hard. Yeah, but it's really hard to hide a carry piece in your board shorts.
Hey, you'd be surprised.
Yeah.
You can stick one of those Glock 42s in that the board short pocket.
You can get a 27 in there.
Yeah,
too. Kel-Tec PF9's a good one.
Tell you what I just found here recently that now I got to look a little more into it. And I don't remember the brain part, and I can't remember the name of it. But Smith & Wesson, it's one of their newer revolvers. The bottom of the barrel is mounted underneath. You seen that?
Oh, kind of like the Chiappas, the Rhino.
The Rhinos.
Yeah. It's a 2-inch barrel, and it's like an octagon, like the cylinder, almost octagon.
Yeah, that's the Chiappa Rhino.
Have either one of you shot one of those yet?
I haven't, but we know people that have that say the recoil is negligible on it. Like you can't feel hardly anything with it.
That's what the guy was saying. I guess the theory behind that barrel being mounted or being the way it is, instead of getting muzzle flip and it coming back, it comes back into you.
Yeah, you've got more weight holding it down too, with all the barrel and everything on top.
No.
I just held one first time the other day, and I instantly fell in love with
Actually,
it.
the barrel's on the bottom.
I tell you what, when next time you're in Nashville, give us a call and we'll line up a Barrett tour, and
That would be awesome.
we'll hook up a rhino shooting too.
No guarantees on the Barrett
That-
tour
Yeah,
because
Well,
we
we'll
haven't
get
got
down
one
there.
yet, but we'll work
That
something
would
out.
be bad.
We'll definitely
Man, I'd love to
shoot.
go out there and
yeah, we'll
wrap a
definitely.
few
do it.
rounds of that. Absolutely.
So we'd like to thank our sponsors, Savoy Leather, spelt Savoy, SAVOY leather.com. Go there and get your custom holsters and anything you want on there, as long as it's not vulgar, Jeremiah can hook you up with.
Yeah. The best gun trainers, firearms trainers in the industry, ICE Training, it's ICEtraining.us. It's our buddy Rob Pincus. Check him out.
Don't forget Dax Bruner.
And Dax, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I got my zombie 50 cal pin, brother, and it is badass. I love it.
So Dax can take pretty much any caliber shell casings and make a custom pin for you. And these pins,
We
they're
need
not
to
just
take a picture of our new pins.
yeah, they're not just cool looking. They actually write really well too. They're really
these
well
are
made
high
pins.
quality
Oh, yeah.
pins.
He used the cross-fill refills in there, so they write real well. Also, that's CantuBrunerDesigns.com is his website. Mm-hmm. Also,
Dax.
All or Nothing Tattoo Studio, the most award-winning tattoo studio in the world.
And I understand you got a few tats, don't you, Garrett?
Yes, sir. And more to come.
And more to come. Where all do you have them?
I don't want to
That
know
you can
all.
talk about. That you can talk about.
Yeah, I don't want to know all.
I have on my right arm, I have a half sleeve that I started quite some time ago, and one of these days I'll get around to finishing.
Got some
On
cool
my
hammers on
upper-
there. I saw those cool, like Thor hammers.
It's they're actually pistons.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah.
He's got a cataract in one eye.
Yeah, I got an excuse.
It's hard to tell. It's hard
They
to tell
look
unless you
like-
look at close up. There's a lot
Okay.
going on, but yeah, they're a set of pistons, and then I got the old hot rod front end of an old 38 hot rod up there, and a couple flags behind it, and then flames and my aces and my dice, and on the inside is actually my logo, my One Bad Cat, which is my apparel line, onebadcat.com.
Oh,
Go
nice.
on there and check that out. Also on Twitter at OneBadCat Inc. That's my badass cat head on there, my One Bad Cat. So that's that.
Yeah, I see that. That's
On my upper left, I got my upper left quad and thigh half sleeved, and then on my lower right from my ankle up to about my knee is all sleeved up. That I'm working on right now.
Sweet. You ever heard of All or Nothing Tattoo in Georgia?
Nope, I have not. But I
Okay.
haven't been in Georgia in quite some time.
Brandon Bond, it's his tattoo studio there in Atlanta. One of the tops in the world. And their very gun-friendly merchandise store, strangleholemerch.com.
Holder and Green Professional Real Estate Services, HG Press. Check out those gun-friendly guys and girls at, give them a call at 1-800-615-1840, extension pew, 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 pew. And if you are a veteran, you need to make sure that you get in touch with them because they know all about getting you set up with a VA loan. So give them a call at 1-800-615-1840, extension 2222.
And definitely don't forget our bandwidth sponsors, SDI.edu, that's Sonoran Desert Institute. They have the distance learning gun courses to become a certified gunsmith. Make sure you check them out. SDI.edu.
And don't forget about our contest. Get one of our t-shirts at 1776united.com. Post a picture of you, cool, funny, happy, crazy, whatever. Hashtag it, Talking Lead T-shirt.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be of you. It could
Yeah, it could be of
be
anybody.
anything, just as long as the T-shirt is in the shot.
Hashtag it, Talking Lead
And
T-shirt.
it's your T-shirt, and it's your picture.
Yes, we've had a couple people stealing other people's pictures, but we know who is posting what. And you have a chance to win a Two Vets Arms Bravo AR-15 rifle.
In addition to a lot of other cool stuff, 1776 T-shirts, ball caps, ammo.
Yep,
What else?
you nailed it.
Damn, I want to get in on that contest.
Do it, man.
Do it. Do it.
So just go to 1776united.com, get you one of the Talking Lead T-shirts, and make sure you hashtag it, Talking Lead T-shirt. Garrett, man, thanks for coming on the show.
Gentlemen, thank you very much. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Hopefully get to do it again.
And throw out anything about your company or anything you want to plug.
No, like I said, I threw that out there, the onebadcat.com.
Okay.
Also on Twitter at OneBadCat Inc. Check it out. Get on there. Order you up some shirts, hats, women's tanks, women's tees. I got kids stuff, so send me anything you need. I got.
Nice. And if they want to find out when you're wrestling and where, can they just go to TNA's website?
Yep. For that, you can also. I usually try to keep everybody updated on my personal Twitter, which is at Garrett Bischoff. You can find me there, and then everything I'm doing or wherever I'm going is usually posted right on there.
All right.
Man, when you're in our area, make sure you holler at us. We'll hook up.
Yep. Definitely.
Oh, we're definitely gonna. I got some friends up there in Nashville too, so that is come to me anyway. So we're gonna be definitely hooking up. We're gonna go have some fun.
Word.
And as always, left hand, keep your loved ones close.
And your firearms even closer.